before I begin, this is a disclaimer. This is my beliefs, and this is what I believe in. I think just the beginning of it is Christ. Well, it's not really my theory. There are books that have been discovered by archaeologists that Christ was an actual being that did uh, went through all these ordeals, and he did, in fact, study different types of techniques that allowed him to uh, create and do these miracles, which in reality we all have the ability to do. It's just that the story of Christ was manipulated and rewritten to suit the benefits of corporations. So, uh, with that said, we're going to recite a. It's not a poem, or it's more of a chant and like a protection and a placement in this universe. Okay, the afterlife is real. We'll get into that in more later. There's these different theories that I'm gonna just lay out. The first one is about the moon being a harvesting tool for souls, and there are creatures in the universe that don't eat matter; they actually eat energy, and we produce. We're walking nuclear reactors, and with every emotion we generate within ourselves, it's like a sponge. When you squeeze a sponge, water comes out, and that's what they're extracting from us. That's how they're surviving. That's why these things, if God was a real being, and if he was really all good, he wouldn't let all this suffering happen. And there's one point that it did come to my attention, is that if God was all loving and I lost my train of thought. Yeah, that it wouldn't right. That it did say in the Bible said that you shall have no other gods before him. You know, that is the first sign of being someone of jealousy. That's not a god. A god just doesn't harbor jealousy and doesn't favor humans. In the Bible, it clearly favored Noah's family over and other people. It killed everybody else. That's not God. God wouldn't do that. I railed off another theory with this poster. They're not here to help us. They're actually in cahoots with the reptilians. This is just a theory. They're collaborating. They're collaborating with each other. My theory is that the reptilians and there's three things harvesting us. There's three entities harming humans. There's the Archons, the Reptilians, and the Greys. The Greys are harvesting our bodies. The Archons are harvesting our souls. And the Reptilians, I think they're just eating us. I'm not sure, but they're definitely... like I said, theory. Please leave your comments leave your thoughts in the comments, and if you want to reply with a video, I would love to go to your channel and leave a comment on yours. This is how we're gonna grow as a community. YouTube was meant for humanity to evolve and expand and help each other. So we're gonna name this the YouTube channel's Lighthouse with your host Gabriel. Now let's start with the initial thing of what I was actually gonna go for. So here we are. Okay, so this is you could take whatever you wish from this. You could leave it, do as you wish. This is my beliefs and this is what I believe in, and I have my right. Well, I have a universal, not just because I'm an American, this whole thing needs to change. This is also what's happening with ICE agency, this and all this stuff. That's not a free country. That's clearly what is it? Dictatorship, I believe. I don't know, I'm not sure, but that's not right. Like, you're clearly calling the police officers in those cities and towns incompetent of doing their own jobs. And another point was, if you're so tough wrangling up innocent people, you guys should really be focusing on narcs and human trafficking. Where's this drug stuff coming from? Stop it. It's like, it's pathetic. Also with the guns, I'm pretty sure everybody will agree with this one. Guns are for cowards. It is the sissiest thing anyone could possibly do. Dude, we have hands, we have fists, we have boxing as an example. Let's get in the ring. It's like, dude, it's just, guns are honestly, and like I said, universal law, the universe will always self-correct itself. It's not karma. It's just every action does come with a consequence. But again, all of this is in theory. I'm going off the rails. I am a sovereign eternal being, a spark of the infinite source. I revoke all soul contracts, all karmic agreements, all pre-birth planning sessions, and all obligations that bind me to the reincarnation system on Earth. Any agreement made under manipulation, deception, or any state of amnesia is null and void. I reclaim my absolute free will and my right to choose my path. I do not consent to memory erasure. I do not consent to forced reincarnation. I recognize no authority over my consciousness except my own sovereign will and the true infinite source beyond all matrix. Now, this needs to be chanted every single day. I think it's once in the morning and once at night before you go to sleep. And before we go to sleep, it's like practice to die. Before we go to sleep, we have to be very aware. This is all new to me. I've been researching this. It's probably been a week. It is Monday, the 2nd, February 2nd, 2025. 2025, right? Because when we die, we're not supposed to go into the light. It's a trap. We're supposed to go underneath. These books, all this stuff was written. I forgot it's not the book of, it's not, okay. I'm gonna cut this short. I'm gonna probably cut out the blanks. This is a public service announcement.